Hi Anish, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
That's good. Okay, I am Narayana and I have 10 plus years of experience in the IT industry. I'm basically working on Java, J2E and Big Data, Hadoop and Hadoop related technologies.
Okay.
And today the demonstration which we arrived here for Hadoop administration related.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just I will give you a quick glance about the website. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the website which I am building for people who can get trainings from me as well. In case if you have any of your friends through Edureka also you can refer if they do not want to spend through your service. Okay, hello, hello, Anish, you there?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, I'm there. Just go ahead.
Okay. Because I didn't hear anything. So.
No, I think I had put you on mute. That's the reason you were not able to hear me.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I mean, you can interrupt me, not a problem, and don't put it on mute because if you are listening or not, I should know, right?
Okay. No, the reason why we do this is when the class is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all the participants will be on mute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there will be no one who will be speaking to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that if they have any questions, they'll be typing it on the chat window. For
Isn't
example,
it?
I just typed you in a minute, right?
It will not happen. I mean, in the
There will be no conversation. You will have only a chat window. For example, I have just
yeah,
typed one.
understood, understood. I know. I know.
Mhm.
So I have experience on cloud platforms. Okay, that's fine. Okay, leave it about that thing. We can discuss it
Mhm.
offline. Okay, I have
Mhm.
experience on cloud platforms as well. OpenShift from Red Hat and Amazon AWS. I hope you are aware about it. And also I have
Okay.
experience on the Java integration with the TIBCO framework. How can we, a Java team can build application and integrate with the TIBCO messaging system or IBM messaging system, and how we can use it for Hadoop making calls.
Mhm.
As well as I do have experience on Hadoop, J2E administration. Nothing but
Mhm.
the Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic, application server, clustering, setup, all these things. Okay,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
so today we will discuss about what is big data and along with that we will learn how to administer the big data environment. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
what is basically data? Data is nothing but an information which we store in a hard disk and in the later point of time we will retrieve it. So with respect
Mhm.
to the sites, the public domain sites like Facebook, Twitter, Google, Maps, whatever it is, they are building a lot of data. So they wanted an efficient way to process this data whenever in the future date or in the present date.
Mhm.
So we need a system which can effectively process. So Hadoop, before Hadoop, how this technology came to the market. Before to that, what are the problems with the cutting edge technologies like a grid computing or a database system we will discuss, and we will see
Mhm.
what are the challenges which we are facing from these existing technologies and how do we
Mhm.
progress to resolve all these problems with respect to Hadoop. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
So if you are looking at a grid computing it has a lot of grids where you'll have nodes or machines I will say. Okay. So you will be
Mm-hmm.
storing data across different grades, and suppose if you wanted to process a huge data, 1 terabyte data which is residing in a computer or a node or a machine. So suppose
Mm-hmm.
assume you have written an application program which will start processing it. Say let us consider that it has been processed up to 999 GB. The only left out is assume. I'm just giving a sample example. Okay, 1 GB, 1024 bytes, but I'm considering as 1,000 for example, 1 terabytes. Just for example purpose. Okay, so 99999 GB data got processed and 1 GB is remaining, but due to system malfunction or application malfunction, it has been crashed the process. So what we miss it, whatever data which we process, 999 GB data, again we have to
Mm-hmm.
start processing, means it takes longer time and lot of system resources, lot of things. So the existing systems are almost all centralized data, not distributed across different. Even though distributed across different machines, but data is
Mm-hmm.
centralized on each machine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so in terms of process this much data, it is not effectively handled with, even though if it is a grid computing. Okay, that is one of the drawback, because when you process 1 terabytes of data, you should have the input output operations effectively and the sufficient RAM and hard disk, assume hard disk is available. All these are problems with respect to grid computing. And let us come to database. Assume that we have a 500 GB of database instance which is running. You wanted to do some kind of analytical stuff on that data. When you try to query, even in this case also same, it takes longer time to process or it abruptly terminates the query process. All these things are problems. So these are all the existing problems. So now let us come to the big data. Big data means we have huge data like existing system data, like Oracle database is a 500 GB data which we discussed, and grid computing where it has 1 terabyte of data. How do I effectively process this much of data? What is the best way out? So when you are dealing with the data has a different key terminologies, because when you are going to store and retrieve, you need to consider that is nothing but input output operation. And when you process across different nodes or a single node, it matters all these factors to be considered. There was a team called Gartner. Gartner is a team who is defining the big data terminology, like with respect to data. What are those? Can you see here? Gartner has defined with respect to the data. There are four key terms. Data volume. What is the size of your data? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to hear from you. Otherwise, if you are put it on mute,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
definitely. I'm
please.
I'm here. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. And what is the size? The size can be GBs or TBs or terabytes or petabytes, zettabytes or exabytes. Like what is the volume of your data and what is the variety of data? Data variety nothing but is your data organized or semi-organized or unstructured. So if you look at RDBMS, it is organized data because you have a table where you will store your records as a tuple in the database engine. Okay, and unstructured data, you do not have a structure. For example, video file or audio file you consider as a unstructured data, and
Mm-hmm.
semi-structured it is combination of this and that. Okay, and with next point is data velocity. So how fast you can retrieve, how fast you can store it, this data. That means this much volume of data, how effectively you can handle with respect to speed. And the data complexity. Data complexity, we have this much of huge data. You wanted to transfer across different, data centers, because you will not have a single node and you will test all these things, because every application deployed across the data centers, and these data centers how effectively can handle, moving the data from one data center to other data center, all these things.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So these are the key terms, and when you are dealing with these four key terms, so you have some challenges. You need to handle all these things. So that's what we can discuss here is what are the challenges in big data. Scalable. Scalable means how quickly you can enhance a node or a computer to process your data. You wanted, easiest way to enhance a machine. How quickly you can scale up your application or your entire environment. That is called scalable. Security. You should have a proper security settings with respect to your data center, because data is the primary key for any of the customer with respect to the business. With respect to public sites, those are like, public users like ordinary people. So how effectively you can handle the security and performance. You cannot say to your customer that due to my system failure you cannot able to access, right? You should support your infrastructure in
Mhm.
such a way that it should not give any bottlenecks to the end user. And how
Mhm.
you can manage your application. Nothing but you have deployed something, you are testing it. How easily you can test your applications. That is nothing but the entire management of your application, management of your environment, and
Mhm.
continuous availability. You should not see the fault tolerance from your, system side, your business side. You should always support your customer. You can avail my service 24/7. Please use our
Mhm.
service, like continuous availability and workload diversity. How you maintain a cluster which will balance all these jobs which are coming, jobs or requests which are coming from your customer point of view, how effectively you will handle it. And in terms of money, how much you are interested to invest for your infrastructure. Say, if you wanted to build a stand storage or a grid computing, you have to invest a lot of money. Okay, if you go with a, some certain open source approaches, then you will find, lesser cost compared to
Hi,
setup.
Nan. I'm really sorry to interrupt here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Nan? Yes. So I have one of my colleague. His name is Jay Krishna.
Hi, Jai
Okay.
Krishna.
So yeah. So what he's going to do is, the theory part. I think according to me, it's well and good. So he's going to ask you some practical questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we will move into the practical thing now. Okay.
Definitely, not an issue.
Yeah. Sure.
Hi, Jai Krishna. How are you?
Hello, name.
Hi, Jai Krishna.
Hello.
Narayana here.
Yes, Narayan. Hello. Is my voice audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible, but can you please come
Okay.
closer to the phone? That will be helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. In a hands-on session, can you set up the one sample cluster, and after setup, can you decommission and commissioning the data node?
Okay. So I have an infrastructure. Okay.
Mm.
Where three nodes. Currently, I will provide you a demonstration which is running Hadoop
Mm.
1.2.1 version, because
Mm.
2.4 version I have, but little bit of tuning required, configuration stuff. I didn't do it. Okay.
Mm.
Before
Okay.
we go into this, so you need
Mm.
to set up a Hadoop as an
Mm.
cluster. So For that,
Okay.
you should first think about what is the environment which you are going to prefer with respect to your customer, whomever it is. Okay. So you are planning for Ubuntu Linux or RHCL based Linux or Solaris or something, whatever it is. Okay.
Do you have CentOS?
I have CentOS and Ubuntu both.
Can you try in the CentOS, because our classes all should be on the CentOS only.
Currently, that's what CentOS I have, but everything is enhanced as
Ubuntu.
no, no. Currently, CentOS is there, but I did not put it. Adding those configuration files. DFS include, DFS exclude. I did not add it in the masters and slaves. I am running everything as a service, system service.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you
Okay, then you
understanding
can
that?
try. You can show in. Yes, yes. You
You are
can
clear, right?
start in the.
About yeah, everything is a service I'm starting, but I will surely help you out whatever queries which you have. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So first we should understand about the environment. What type of OS we are planning, and you need to do some certain Linux setup things. You should have a user accounts with related to Hadoop starting, stopping the Java services. Okay, and you should set up say three machines. We have three. Consider that one is master, the other two are slave machines. First, let us consider that two nodes are existing nodes. One is master, the other one is slave, and master acting as a slave also consider. Okay, Jaykrishna is there. Hello, Mr. Jaykrishna is there. Hello.
Yes, yes, we are here. Nine,
Yeah,
you can go ahead.
can you just be interactive? That will be helpful to me, please. Okay.
Okay, and then as I said earlier, okay, the class will be non-interactive class.
Oh,
Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason, we are we keep quiet during the session.
okay.
There will
So
be no one
fine.
who will be discussing for 3 hours.
Fine then. Okay. So I am considering that two nodes are assume that working, and I am planning to add another data node to the existing cluster. So how can I do it? For that, what I have to do is I have to create a passwordless security settings with respect to accessing machines, because whenever we wanted to start any of the Hadoop Java process, it asks the every time the system password. To avoid all these things, we set a passwordless authentication. Whichever machine is the master, there you create the public private key and you pass your public key from master node to all of your slave machines, and along with that you should set up the client specific configuration for the Hadoop engine. So client settings is nothing but core site.xml, HDFS site.xml, MapReduce site.xml, and yarn. I mean, I'm not giving exact syntax. These are the client specific configuration files where we will set up all this, Hadoop configuration information. So core basically contains the Kerberos related and distributed file system. I mean the file system space, where it is residing and what is the port and all will be there. And HDFS related where also you can configure it. Better we will configure it in HDFS site where name node space and data node space we will configure it, and along with that we will configure the HTTP addresses as well. Job related activities MapReduce, and with respect to Hadoop 2.0 version there is a new fundamentals of YARN. So you will configure ham site configuration for configuring the resource manager and node manager stuff. So let me give you a quick view about this. Okay, I am running.
जो वो एक रिप्लाई के पास रहेगा ये वाला विड्रॉल हो रहा नहीं हो रहा है तो उसके बाद फिर साइन करना होगा.
Hello.
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 Yeah. Hello.
Hi Narayan, this is Sarita from Edureka. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, no problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. Can I continue?
Okay. Fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yes. Yes. Please. So here I have two Ubuntu machines currently which I described. Okay, I logged in as a master node. Now the Hadoop service which is running with the Hadoop 1 is the name of the user. I'm just logging with the Hadoop 1 user, and I have installed path is specific to this machine is here. I just navigated here, and in this I'm just demonstrating to you that these are the configuration files I have: core site, HDFS site, DFS hosts include, exclude, and cons and masters, all these things. So I already set up with respect to whatever needful I am done. So now what I do is, if you want to for your confirmation, I just open one of the configuration file. So here I set up whatever is required with respect to this, and I'm going to start all the services which is going to run from master node and slave node. As I said, master node, even I am acting as a slave node. Okay, now I am starting all the services which is going to start name node, secondary name node, data node on these two machines. I hope you can see the logging information. It is stating that starting name node
Yeah.
with, and I put some comments, log comments, and slave.narayana.local. There are missions. We, as I said, we should set up proper infrastructure, name of the host, and reverse lookup of DNS. Everything should be in place before we do all this, starting up or stopping the services of Java. Okay, now you can see in this machine there are services, Java services which are running: name node,
Yes.
job tracker, task tracker, and secondary name node. So now I have a user interface where I can see so you can see here there are two nodes which are live, and whatever the disk space and what is the name of the namespace which we were talking, and this is the location, and this is a backup namespace which I kept it in the same machine. I did not use any NFS. Okay, now I wanted to add another node which is slave 2 to be part of my cluster. So how do I do? Basically I get the same version of software. I will install it on the second slave machine. I will configure whatever property, where is the master resources, all these things configuration related, I will configure it. After configuring that, I am going to start a data node on the so if you come to the first slave node, you log in with username, password, use JPS Java process command, it is stating that data node and task tagger is executing from the master node. Now we plan to add another node. So what we have to do is we have to go here to the master node, use Vim or VA editor which is comfortable. Slaves, I am going to add one more slave, that is slave 02.narayana.local is the name of fully qualified host name. So I just included it. After including, what I am doing, I am going to run a command. Before that, I have to include, as I said, we have to include dfs.include host.include. We need to configure, this is the file which we wanted to configure it in the dfs site.xml with this details. So here I am going to specify I wanted to include the another name node, slave node. Slave, the name of the host is slave2.narayana.local. In this file, it should be only single entry per line. It should not be multiple lines occurring in the same line. So multiple statements cannot occur in the same line. So I have included. Okay. Now I use Hadoop administration command. Hadoop bin dfs admin refresh nodes. I am just forcing my master node to refresh the configuration information. So after refreshing, now you can see that the newly added node is not yet live and it is part of the dead nodes. Are you able to see this, please? Can you speak out now?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see your screen.
So basically it covers everything from the configuration file. We have to include the dfs include file and exclude file. If you want to decommission it, you have to configure it in the whichever node you wanted to decommission. You just pull out from the include node to include configure to exclude config. These things part of the configuration we have to put it. Okay. Now it is part of the cluster, but there is no services running. If you can log into this machine, slave 2, user is Hadoop 1, password is welcome 1. There is, JPS, not JSP. There is no process running. So there are scripts which are provided by the Hadoop binary team. So we have to start these nodes manually, or you have to include as part of the existing node when you are doing the setup. Or now I am going to enhance a new node, so I cannot disturb my existing running cluster. So what I do, I have a command where I go and execute it. If you look at bin folder, you will see a lot of commands. Whenever you are making use of start all or stop all these scripts which is internally using the Hadoop daemon, because all this process running behind the scene. So it is going to use by Hadoop daemon if you really look into all these scripts. So what I do, I use Hadoop daemon is the script. I am going to specify conf. Let me see the syntax. So this is the syntax which I should use it. Okay, I am specifying config. My config folder is this. Okay, and I say start. What I want to start, I want to start as a task tracker or data node. I will specify data node if I want to start. What is something missing? I should use this. So now I started a data node. Now you go ahead and refresh. This is not started. So we need to troubleshoot now what is the problem by looking into the log. Let me go to the logs. So that yeah, 100 and taking logs. Hadoop one data node dot log. So this will state what is the problem. Okay, this is scrolling up because it is stating the namespace ID is mismatch. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, this is basically a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a best example we got here. That some problem which we got into and how we are going to resolve it. If you look at it says that but here how do I minimize this go to meeting. I want to see the entire screen.
Okay, just you can minimize on this.
Hide control panel,
Next
right?
to
Hide control panel,
yeah,
right?
no. Next to this
Okay, fine.
X mark you
I
have.
marked as hide control panel. Okay, now it is stating that name node namespace is this is, but data node namespace ID is this. There is a mismatch. So we need to go to where is the namespace which we configured. Go to the master node, figure it out. CD TFS CD name current. So there is a file called version. You just use this. This is the namespace ID which we wanted to put it in the slave node side. So what we will do is we will go ahead to this CD Hadoop temp name node DFS name. CD data node we use the current. So this is the namespace which we wanted to change to this value. Okay, 15755 15 sorry 15755 09494 094 and 94. Because this is not sync with the name node, because of that reason I am unable to start it. Let me go to my Hadoop software. I did not set the environment variables. That's the reason I am traversing here and back and forth. Hadoop daemon config is the folder and I say start data node. Does this? Data node.
Actually, given config as okay.
I did not use dot sh because we should use dot slash the command, but I am using bin along with this. So now data node started. Now let me come to the console name node. Now you can see that another node part of the cluster without disturbing the existing two clusters. Two nodes cluster. Sorry. Clear?
Yeah. Yes.
So due to administration, you have to consider so many things: name quota, space quota, Scarborough security if you have considered, and if you wanted to use name node high availability, then you have to think about NFS or quorum based. Lot of things you have to groundwork, and then you have to do setup with respect to the user, and they will bring. If you are interested to raise any query, please ask me anything. So I brought part of the third node to the live node.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. JK will hand over this session.
Who? Jay Krishna or Digi? Hello. Anybody is there? Hello. Hey, who is there?
Hello.
Who is not there? I don't understand. People are coming and going. Second.
No, the session was started in 3 to 4 systems.
Fine.
Okay, fine. Yes, and it is fine. Can you just tell me, for example, if there is 20 nodes cluster and only one node is goes down, then how to find which node is goes down and what are the block locations in particular node? How to find those things?
So you wanted to see that.
You can just explain. That is not only see. You can just explain.
Yeah, you just use the first thing. If you have any problem related to your namespace, then use FSCK to scan your file system namespace. And there is one command is there which will give. Suppose assume that there is a node dead which will be listed as part of the dead nodes here. So you click that which is a node it's got failed. Okay, this will list out. Okay, you can go.
If you want to check through comments, is there any particular comments like that? Or?
It's there, but right now I don't remember that.
Okay.
Okay, so using web console you can use it, and you can get the distribution copy of the blocks. Use the dist c copy command. You move the blocks from back to the newly enhanced machine, and start checking the FSCK for any block corruptions.
Okay. But if it is 100 node cluster, we can't use that command, so we cannot find all the nodes, correct?
In that case, let us go with rack awareness. So where it will have different racks with specific IPs range. So by executing a command which will list out which node is dead.
Okay. Okay, Naren, thanks for the demo. Already we have recorded this session, and we will forward our feedback to our management team. They will get back to you.
Okay. And how can I save this recorded session in my system?
Means you have clicked on the button show my screen, correct?
Show my screen. Yeah.
In the web, below there is a one small button is there, start recording.
Yeah, that I already done it. How do I see where it is saved, this data? I don't know.
Okay. Normally it will stored in the documents folder by default.
1 second. Let me see.
Otherwise, after
Documents.
that, after start the recording, there is a settings option is there, correct? That
Yeah.
after start recording,
Yeah.
click on that button.
Yeah. It's
At last, they will show one path where the
recording being saved in. So when we stop that time only, it will get stores. Huh?
Yeah. When you stop that, when you close this webinar, it will completely stored in the same file.
Okay. Thanks. So nice talking with all different set of team members over there.